everybody, welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Roberts, and we're joined by the Let's Talk team. It's Susan Mills, Kim Dixon, and Lisa. Hi. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
So glad to have you here. Guys, we are not going to waste a minute today because our talk of the town is going to take a lot of time to talk about, but it's going to feel like it's going fast because this one is really, really controversial. So here we go. Let me set the scene. The Fayette County Public Schools is building a new middle school. It's called Mary E. Britton Middle, and construction is moving right along. So take a look here. This is what the artist rendering looks like. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So this middle school is planned to be like no other in Lexington, and there's one reason, because it's going to have gender-neutral restrooms only. No boys' room, no girls' room. At least that's what the blueprints say. So let's take a look at these blueprints here. Now you obviously can't see them in great detail, but that kind of highlighted yellow-green part in the middle are these gender-neutral bathrooms, or they're calling them group bathrooms. And we have another photograph that shows that construction is moving along. Now, these bathrooms are going to be ceiling to floor stalls, as you can see here in this picture. This is not an artist rendering, this is real. So the construction is happening. That was a photograph from the school board meeting where they showed progress on the school. So the bathrooms are being built. Now this has parents reeling, especially because the school district isn't answering many questions about the plan. We reached out a week ago, still haven't gotten a response. Here's what parents are saying on Facebook. They are angry and afraid at the thought of middle school age boys and girls sharing a bathroom. So one parent said, we need to speak up about what we want for our children. Don't let a few decide what's going to happen. Someone else says, I agree. This should have been brought to the parents' attention and voted on. There are folks saying, exactly. There are folks who are saying they're going to take their kids out of school. There are just all kinds of things going on. And so, again, this hasn't been talked about. This is new today. And so we're going to tackle it. We're going to take it on. Gender-neutral bathrooms in the new middle school. Kim?
I think one of what they might be trying to do is to provide a safe place for transgender and non-binary students. That I applaud in itself. However, I think this is actually going to make it harder for transgender and non-binary students. The bathroom, I mean, this is middle school.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that they definitely should not be gender neutral. I think there should be a boys and a girls. I think there should be a third option for neutral for the non-binary students, but absolutely putting middle school kids together. Middle school is hormones raging. It is girls starting their menstrual cycles. It is, it's boys. It's girls having to use the same bathroom as boys. I live with 3 boys. Bathrooms are a mess, okay? So I just wouldn't want that for children out there.
I think there has to be a third option. I like the privacy of knowing a bathroom can be a safe place. For me, there's a lot of just personal stuff that goes on in there, just like their family restrooms, you know? As Alex got older, it wasn't necessarily always maybe appropriate for him to bring him in with the women's restroom with me, but if there was a family restroom option, that was great.
Yeah.
So I just feel like you're kind of excluding the people that want the privacy of maybe just a male or female bathroom. So why not just add a gender neutral option?
Yeah.
Well, I think that makes a great point. It's too late. It's too late. These plans have been drawn up. The building is being built. The bathrooms are basically done, as you can see from that picture. And so we've got a situation where, this horse is already out of the barn.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are built. And so this should have been brought up so that people could vote on it before we got this far in the situation.
But that's what aggravates me to no end, is that the school's not even talking about it.
Yeah.
And even went as far as during the board meeting to enter these plans into the minutes, but not to have it on the recording.
Yes.
And that to me seems a little sneaky.
Yeah, it was definitely, to me, it was sneaky. And I don't like it. I fear the safety of the kids. Middle school is tough. These are ages, what, 10, 11 through 14? There is a big body difference in kids from that age. And I fear for the safety of kids in the bathrooms, the bullying, all of that. Just not good.
I think there's a lot of room for bullying, like you said. And I remember being young, and it was hard enough to be in a bathroom full of girls.
Right, yeah.
You know, partially because of that developmental issue. And I think whatever happens, the bullying that happens in the bathroom is going to carry out to the rest of the school.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to talk about it.
talk.
Other kids are going to know and make decisions and thoughts when they weren't even there. I think this could be very problematic.
And you know, I think this is a situation that could have worked out. I think this is a situation that could have been fine. But anytime that you bring a big change without discussing it with people, they are going to have this sort of reaction. And so now we have this situation that's happening with no explanation, and people's minds are running wild. If you look on Facebook, there are people making it political, blaming it on the governor. Like, what? What does that have to do with anything? There are people who are saying that they want to pull their kids out of schools because they would rather have them to not be in school than have to go to a gender neutral bathroom. All of this could have been avoided by having a community conversation. And so here we are today with this news just coming out. The schools are going to be running behind to respond, and parents are already angry. And so just one of those things, like, if you're going to make a little change if you're going to change the chicken nuggets in the lunchroom, you need to talk about it. You know what I mean? And so now we're talking about something this big. We probably could have avoided this by just having a talk.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Really interesting. We're, of course, going to continue to watch this, but we wanted to have this talk today because it's happening today. Whew. All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, it'll be the Countdown Convo. This show's not getting any less spicy today. Stay with us.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's time for the Countdown Conversation. This is part of the show where we discuss as many topics as we can in 6 minutes. All right, first up, measles. So measles is just breaking out across the nation. And this sounds strange because most of us were vaccinated as kids. I remember getting vaccinated in middle school. You went to the lunchroom, you had your lunch, and then you got in line into the nurse's office and they stabbed you. And it was like all day, did you get yours yet? You know, it was like a whole thing. Well, a whole new generation of kids have opted out, putting them at risk for measles now. Okay, so here's where it gets controversial. Some people are arguing that if your kid is unvaccinated, they should not be able to go into a school that's having an active outbreak. What do y'all say? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of up to healthcare is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
And so we talk about this, and we really just kind of drive that issue home. And so if it's your right to go in and to have a public education, you know, whether or not there's a measles outbreak.
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking at this through a couple of different lenses here. Let's say you've got unvaccinated Jimmy, and that was a choice by his family to not do that. And then you've got unvaccinated Sally. Unvaccinated Sally could die of measles. That's why her parents haven't vaccinated her. Jimmy over here, he comes in, he doesn't know necessarily he has measles, and he's going to get through it okay, probably. He gives the measles, unfortunately, to little Sally, and she dies. And I think so it protects those kids, but I think it also protects the unvaccinated children because measles is much harder to deal with when you're not vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, this is a tough one. It really is. And I get both sides, but at the same time, we have a school that needs to educate our kids. And, you know, if half of the kids are staying home, the other half are going to be like, well, why can't I stay home? You know, I want to stay home. And I think it'll cause a lot of problems that way. I feel like, you know, it wasn't the kids that opted out of the vaccines. It was the parents that opted them out of it. I feel like, you know, the kids are going to need to go to school. I think they're going to have to attend. I don't know how the schools can deal with that with kids that are at high risk of having different,
levels of immunity,
of reaction to it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't know how we can fix that, quite honestly.
So for me, you know, I don't think that there's a medical fix or a common sense fix if you have some folks that just don't want to get their kids vaccinated or cannot get their kids vaccinated.
Right.
However, if I were leading up the schools, I would want a legal fix. And what I would say is that if your kid is unvaccinated, you're sending them to school knowing there's a measles outbreak, I want you to sign a waiver that says if your kid gets measles, you can't sue us.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because
there
at the end of the day, that's what it always comes down to is somebody does something, then they get upset about it and they want to sue.
Yeah.
So for me, I say, let's do that.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, hopefully somebody's listening to me somewhere. Okay, up next, social media. So social media companies say they should be able to kick people off of, say, Twitter or Facebook or whatever if people break the rules. Others say that that is a violation of free speech, that people should be able to say whatever they want on social media platforms, even if it's hate speech, even if it's bullying, even if it's dangerous. What do you guys say?
Oh, Lordy,
yeah,
Lordy.
what do you say, Lisa?
Well, you know what? I mean, there is freedom of speech, and in order to protect that, we do need to, you know, we have to look at it in a way that with social media, you have the option of following that person. You can block that person on social media if you want to. You don't have to listen to what they say. So I feel like that, you know, freedom of speech, as much as we disagree with what some people say, we still need to protect that freedom.
And so you know what I think is interesting about this? We're treating social media like it's a right and it's not. Like social media platforms are owned by private companies, just like a private restaurant. So a restaurant can't discriminate against people. They have to let everybody in. But if you go in the restaurant and you start screaming racist things or sexist things or start bullying people, the restaurant is going to kick you out because that's not free speech. To me, the social media is the same thing. It's private. Everybody doesn't have a right to it.
What's crazy to me is that even though it is private, and I strongly believe in freedom of speech, and I don't take that freedom lightly. It's when we're defining what crazy talk is. You know, maybe it's crazy because that's not our political viewpoint. Maybe it's crazy because we don't believe in their healthcare, you know, viewpoints. And so it's hard to start, you know, deciphering what is crazy and what's not.
Does that mean we have to have those kind of rules to decide what's crazy and whatnot? Because threatening is different than free speech, right? When you threaten someone, and that to me is a no-no. You shouldn't threaten people. That's scary. I've had it happen before. So, y'all, this is a really hard one for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it is really difficult, but when you sign up, see, nobody reads the terms. You know how it's like, please read these terms and sign. You're like,
And we're all like,
scroll. You're doing the mighty
Yes.
scroll. And then you click it. It says on there what sorts of things are acceptable and unacceptable. It's where people after the fact want to be like, well, that was okay to me. And so my thing, again, I just think this is one of those things that's going to have to get straightened out, because the more and more we get attached to social media, the more we feel like it's a right. It's not. We didn't grow up with this.
No. Thank God.
Thank God. Wow.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
It's crazy.
All right, everybody, good talk. We didn't make it to the third one, but that's all right. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, we're going to help out one of our male viewers in Dear LTK.
Next ET, John Cena's Hollywood advice for Travis Kelce.
This is the one misconception that a lot of people have.
Plus, Only We're with Max Schmerkowski gearing up for baby number 3.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
I was driving on the highway. As I came to a stop, a car rear-ended me. Dealing with Morgan & Morgan was very simple for me. The process just seemed so easy because I didn't have to go anywhere. Everything was electronic. I used DocuSign. I was surprised how easy it was.
Davis H. Elliott Company doesn't just hire employees. We empower owners. Other companies may use the same tools and have the same equipment, but what sets us apart is our people. Elliott is proudly 100% employee-owned and offering the opportunity for you to join our team. Visit us at the upcoming ABC 36 Kentucky Employee Job Fair to learn more. Elliott, own your future.
If you're looking for real country,
Mama was a looker, Lord, that's a shine. Papa was a good mother, jealous guy.
for the legends of country,
Crank it to the head.
that's what I'm talking about.
How about you tell me the headlines? I'm a duly appointed special agent of the GBI.
Get down.
It's all good, Betty. No one's gonna mess with your choo-choos.
New Will Tread, tonight on ABC.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. So it is time for something we call Dear LTK. This is a segment where we answer questions for our men viewers. And let me tell you, you guys just really get into situations. And we do our best to answer the questions. We do our best to help you. Sometimes I think we confuse you more than we help. But here we go. Here's today's. All right. Dear LTK, I don't want my in-laws to stay at our house when they come to visit. How do I break the news to them and my wife? Oh,
How long
boy.
are they visiting?
That
makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be more afraid to tell the wife than I would the in-laws, quite honestly. You know what? When you marry someone, you also marry their family. And so you're marrying into the family, and that becomes your family. And sometimes it's hard, but you know what? It is his house. It's his house, his rules, you know? It'll make it for a difficult marriage if you don't allow certain family members in and certain are allowed to come and not allowed to come. You're going to have problems.
So it's interesting because the way this question was posed leads you to believe they stayed before.
Right.
And he's like, how do I break the news to them and my wife? Does he have to break the news to them, or can he just let his wife handle it? Is that the chicken way out?
I think his wife should be the one to talk to her parents. I don't know. And like Lisa, it's your family. And fortunately, I love my in-laws. So they could absolutely move in with us for all I care about. But yeah, I think his wife, you address that communication with your parents.
Okay.
but
look at Kim, she's breathing deeply.
I have experience in this situation with my parents. My Nana, who was my dad's mom, she would come and stay with us generally for about 6 weeks at a time in the summer.
Ooh.
That's a pretty long time.
It is.
And
Yeah.
she had this habit of after dinner every night, when it's time to do the dishes, she would have to go to the bathroom. Every night that we cooked dinner, and she'd be in there a good 45 minutes, you know, and when she came back out, the dishes are all done. And there were other things, but I think that was really hard on my mom. And what happened was she just stewed at the end of the night. I could hear her down the hall. Nana was in a different spot, and she just let it all out every night to my poor dad. So
Yeah.
I think it is one of those things that maybe you learn to live with or vent or create rules that I'm moving into a hotel for 6 weeks or something.
Right.
And I don't know, yikes. This is,
you do have to protect your marriage, though.
So where Lisa's like, you're marrying the in-laws, I agree with that, but I disagree. Because if you know that you don't get along with them and you bring them into the house and it can create a situation where you guys get into a conflict and clash, that can make things even worse. I think it's going to be less awkward to say, hey, you guys know we don't get along. How about we put you up over at the Residence Inn or whatever, versus it getting really ugly. That might be less awkward.
Yeah.
It might be.
I think you're right.
Or just spin it, you know. We want you to be the most comfortable
See, there we go.
possible. So
Yes.
we've
Empty
arranged
the spare
this.
bedroom.
Yes.
Or you could start a renovation project in the bathroom and be like, oh, our bathroom's all tore up. You
that
can't
never
even-
ends. The never-ending renovation of the bathroom. That's what it is.
Let him stay one night and just wreak havoc.
And that's a good point. I think maybe limit the time
Yeah.
that the in-laws are there. You know, if you know you can start to fight, then all of a sudden, you
Yeah.
know, okay, 1 day, not 6 days.
Yeah, too long. Okay, so sir, we hope that helps. If not, we at least give you some funny ideas. So, all right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we highlight our woman we're talking about and tell you why your McNuggets may be Wick Nuggets.
Have you ever considered getting a walk-in tub? Well, look no further. Proudly made in Tennessee, a Safe Step walk-in tub is the best in its class. The ultra-low Easy Step helps keep you safe from having to climb over those high-walled tubs, allowing you to age gracefully in the home you love. And now, back by popular demand. For a limited time, when you purchase your brand new Safe Step walk-in tub, you'll receive a free shower package. Yes, a free shower package. And if you call today, you'll also receive $1,600 off. Now you can enjoy the best of both worlds, the therapeutic benefits of a warm, soothing bath that can help increase mobility, relieve pain, boost energy, and even improve sleep. Or, if you prefer, you can take a refreshing shower all in one product.
Call now, 1-800-443-7474.
Are you new to Medicare? Have you recently moved or lost your coverage? Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to make sure you get the right plan. Call us at 833-808-1530 for a one-on-one Medicare Advantage plan review. We'll help you compare options to make the most of your budget. How? We take all the time you need to answer all your questions, like, is my doctor in network? Or is my pharmacy included? And there's no pressure to sign up. Why? Because we understand Medicare can be confusing, and we know how important it is to get it right. That's why we're here to help. Call us at 833-808-1530 to learn about plans with the wide network of doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies from the brand you trust. At the end of the day, you'll know you've got the right plan. Never go it alone. That's our anthem.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. It's time for What in the World is Trending. So, Kim, I got a question for you. After the show, you want to go get some chicken wick nuggets?
Wick Wuddicks?
Chicken wick nuggets.
Chicken Wick Wuddicks?
Yeah, so we know what chicken McNuggets are,
Sure.
but they're now chicken wick nuggets because starting yesterday, participating McDonald's locations around the world are transforming into
I don't know. With
Cartoon?
Anime.
Anime.
WickDonald's. So I guess in the anime world, in the fictionalized anime world, McDonald's is WickDonald's.
Oh.
And I guess, and so people are so into this that McDonald's has actually turned their arches upside down. And when you go and get a cup, it has a WickDonald's on there now.
It does.
It threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a minute.
I know. I thought the logo was upside down. I go, wow, that's rare. I did not understand what it was for until you just said this, Sherelle.
I didn't either. I knew it had something to do with anime.
And I'm too busy to even worry about it. It was like, okay, whatever. I don't know.
I was evidently drinking out of the cup all day yesterday and didn't know. And then somebody said to me today, like, oh, where's your WickDonald's cup? And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, you didn't notice that cup you were holding all morning said WickDonald's?
McDonald's. How long does this last?
So it lasts until March 18th. So I guess these are kind of like collector's items. Remember that time the McDonald's turned to WickDonald's? So it's weird. Yeah, it's funny.
I think it's hilarious. I love that they did it.
I know. It got us talking.
Yeah,
Sure.
but anime's big, so I'm sure all the anime people are going to be in there like,
Oh, yeah.
like, whoa, like in there fighting.
I want a WickDouble, double, and a WickNuggets,
And a Wick Diet Coke.
LDS.
Okay, let's move on because I feel like this is about to go down here real fast. Okay,
Wick Muffin.
you guys are immature. Okay, so we like to end every show by highlighting a woman we're talking about. Now, mind you, I have to keep my composure while these little giggling builders are over here losing it. All right, we like to highlight a woman we're talking about. Today's woman is Morgan Eves. She is a lawyer and a former Richmond City Commissioner. She served from 2016 to 2018. She founded the Richmond Young Professionals Association, and she served on the Area Arts Council Board of Directors. She also ran for State Representative District 81 back in 2018. Yes, folks, she is young. She is doing all of this. And most recently, she was named as the executive director for the Kentucky Democratic Party. So not even 40 yet, just out here blazing a trail.
Yeah,
Morgan
she is.
Eves, you are a woman worth talking about.
Wow.
Go, girl.
Congratulations.
Woo. Maybe she should celebrate by getting some WickDonald's.
WickDonald's.
All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.